Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today's topic is Rumi and justice. One of God's attributes in the Quran is justice. Lo, Allah commands you that you restore deposits to their owners, and if you judge between mankind, that you should judge justly, because God loves those who perform justice. God likes justice. He wants us, His lovers, to be so. Rumi explains the topic thus. حق تعالی عادل است و عادلان کی کند استمگری بر بیدلان. The high God is just, and how should the just behave cruelly to the poor and weak people? روز عدل داد در خور است، کفش آن پا کلاه آن سر است. تا به مطلب در رسد هر طالبی، تا به غرب خود رود هر غاربی. The day of judgment is just, and just consists in giving what is proper. The shoe belongs to the foot and the cap to the head, in order that every seeker may get to its target, and each one setting down may reach to the top spot of setting again and rise like the sun. First set down and then rise again. Justice and cruelty. عدل چی بود آب ده اشجار را، ظلم چی بود آب دادن خار را. عدل وضع نیمتی در موضوعش، نه بهر بیخی که باشد آبکش. ظلم چی بود وضعی در ناموضوعی، که نباشد جز بلارا منبعی. What is justice? It's giving water to a tree. What is injustice? It is like watering thorns. Justice is giving a bounty to its proper deservers, not to any tree that absorbs water. What is injustice? It is to give to wrong place where it creates source of troubles. Judges are mercy of God, says Rumi. هست قاضی رحمت و دفع ستیز، قطره‌ای از بحر عدل رستخیز. The Qadi is a mercy given by God and the means of eliminating strife. He is a drop from the ocean of the justice of the resurrection. Although the drop may be small and short of foot, yet it gives the pleasure or smell of the big ocean. عرش مادنگاه داد و معدلت، چهار جو در زیر او پر مغفرت. جوی شیر و جوی شهد و جاودان، جوی خمر و دجله آب روان. Arsh is the source of justice and equity. Under the throne run 4 rivers of forgiveness, a river of milk, an everlasting river of honey, a river of wine, and a river of sweet water. Well, evidently God likes justice, but still He has some kind of rivers like water and honey. This is metaphoric expression used by Rumi, that still God can do what He likes. Maybe He can forgive because God is forgiving. Justice is not one-sided, as explained in the following story that Rumi tells in the Mathnawi. This is like the story of a boy who shook down apricots from a tree and ate them. The owner of the orchard caught him and said, "Aren't you afraid of God's punishment?" The boy said, "Why should I be afraid? The tree belongs to God and I am God's servant." God's servant ate God's fruit. The owner said, "Wait and see what answer I shall give you. Fetch a rope, tie him to this tree, and beat him until the answer is made clear to him." Then the boy said, "Aren't you afraid of God's punishment?" The owner said, "Why should I be afraid? You are God's servant, and this is God's stick. I am beating God's servants with God's stick. This is from Discourses of Rumi. Human beings generally complain about injustice. Rumi warns that if you choose to be just, you will find justice. Rumi also reminds to those who choose tricks and illegal ways, if you choose tricks and lies, you gain nothing at all in this world. The safety of this world is love and justice is its part. آن خداوندی که نبود راستین مر او را نه دست دان نه آستین آن خداوندی که دزدیده بود به دل و به جان و به دیده بود. The rule that has no justice is like a body without arms and hands. The rule that has been stolen has no heart, no life, and no eyes. That's Rumi's expression. آن خداوندی که دادن عوام باز بستاند از تو همچو عوام ده خداوندی آریت حق تا خداوندیت بخشد متفق. The rule that is given to you by the public will be taken back by the folk. Then give the ruling power to God so that God may bestow upon you unity and love. Notice that Rumi holds that the eternity of rule depends on justice. Mulk ملک از آن داده است ما را کن فکان تا نالد خلق سوی آسمان تا به بالا بر نیاید دودها تا نگردد مضطرب چرخ و سوها تا نلرزد عرش از ناله یتیم تا نگردد از ستم جانی سکیم. God has given this ruling power of the world so that public does not cry and pray to the sky, which may be filled with smoke, and that it may not be filled with sorrow throughout. The God seat may not shake with the cries of the orphans, and souls may not become sick because of the injustice. Injustice and cruelty is the task of Satan. اصل ظلم ظلمنا از دیو بود دیو در بند است استم چون نمود. The root of injustice is the oppressors of the Satan, but he is tied up. So how can he do this? It is the darkness deprived of divine light that allows devils to act. If you don't have light of God with you, Satan can use you. Justice is like the sun, says Rumi. برف گوناگون جمود هر جماد در شتابت بعد از آن خورشید داد. Various snows freeze heaps of snow become because they are fallen away from the sun of justice. They are different. Some are still frozen, the other melt away, because where the sun falls, they melt away. وصف صورت نیست اندر خامه ها عالم و عادل بود در نامه ها رسم. The personality of a man who has justice is not in the pen. It is where, now we would say, عقل باشد ایمنی و عدل جو برزن و بر مرد اما عقل کو. Real intelligence is seeker of justice and safe from temptation and desire to act justly towards man and woman. But where is that intelligence to be found? I mean, not every man or woman is wise enough to feel God's light of justice. Rumi divides justice into two parts: justice of this world and the justice of the other world. The worldly justice makes man complete. This is true for all judges and other judicial classes. The aim of the spiritual justice is to look for the truth and set the heart on that. One who chooses injustice harms none but himself. Now he says, هر که ظالم تر چاهش با حول تر عدل فرموده است بدتر را بدتر. The more one is iniquitous, the more frightful is his well. His well is in the well. Divine justice is ordained worse for worse. If you do worse thing, you will get worse thing. Tit for tat. ای که تو از جاه ظلمی میکنی از برای خویش چاهی میکنی کنی. O you who from iniquity are digging a well for others, actually you're making a snare for yourself. گرد خود چون کرم پیلا برت متن بهر خود چی میکنی اندازه کن. Do not weave a cocoon around yourself like the silkworm. In reality, you are digging it for yourself. Just think. And God has spread out light of justice on earth like the sun. You know, Rumi in Mathnawi always thinks of God as the sun, the light that gives life to everything. And he says, پرتوی دانش زدا بر خاک و تین تا شده دانه پذیرنده زمین. این امانت زان امانت یافته است که آفتاب عدل بر وی تافته است. The sunbeams of divine wisdom have the sunbeams of divine wisdom have struck on soil and clay, and thus the earth has become receptive of the seed. This trust is due to the divine boon as the Sun of Justice has shone on it. In other words, if you are know justice, you do not suit the law of, in other words, if you are injustice, you do not suit the law of nature, which will revenge you. Thank you.